So hi, I'm Amberly and welcome to my channel. I'm going to be taking you on a Feng Shui journey today. Now I'm here at Carolyn Raes' house and she is starting a new business. Now you might not realise it, but Feng Shui is ideal for people who are setting up, they're starting anew, they're heading in a new direction. And I'm going to be showing you how I apply Feng Shui. These are companies that use Feng Shui. They invest money into Feng Shui, and this is what most people don't realize. So this is something where you can have a slice of the pie. It doesn't have to just be for these companies. You've got Sony, DreamWorks, Bank of America, Disneyland, Fortune 500, Bupa, Coca-Cola. So major companies, and you can look this up on my website. Feng Shui is the practice of analysing and influencing the interaction between people and their buildings in order to enhance quality of life. That is the official explanation. So I'm going to show you how I do that. And first of all, we're going to have a look at what her new business is about.
I got bitten earlier this year in 2025 by a dog. And it was the second dog that had bitten me. But it made me go on a bit of a journey about why did that happen, because it never happened in my whole life. Always had dogs around me, never got bitten. As a result, I ended up going down the pathway of canine psychology, which is now the basis of my work.
He had some anxiety issues, so he was barking a lot with people coming to the door, and continued to bark when they were inside. He was barking when he was going out in the car, excessive barking to be let out of the door to go off to the park, wherever we were going. He was not very well behaved, as in he would be jumping up on the couch and sort of invading our space. With the help of Carolyn and Raes, oh my goodness, what a turnaround we've had in quite a short space of time.
So he was not able to lie calmly like this before.
So you might not realise it, but different areas of your home relate to different aspects of your life. And you can actually download a free Feng Shui life map to work out where the areas in your home are that relate to aspects of your life too. But what I'm going to be doing is looking at certain areas because she's setting up a new business. So we're looking at career, we're going to look at wealth, we're going to look at reputation, and we're going to look at her own space for working in her home. So this room was really in need of a little bit of tightening up. It was a great place for storing stuff, but it was obviously quite cluttered. You can see that it was a little bit upside down. And what that meant was that if Carolyn gets a customer, she's going to be like, where is everything? You know, what do I do? So I wanted to give her a kind of workstation where she could do what she's doing now, which is making up her remedies to help dogs that are having behavioural issues. But we used what was in the room already. So if you have a look, you can actually recognise that this whole unit is built up with all the bits and pieces that were in the room. And what that meant was we were bringing together everything that she's done before. So she's been in healing, she's now doing her behavioural dog business. And so we were bringing all her remedies as well together into this space. And this is an area, this is in the west, and it's to do with a coming together. If you think about it, west is where the sun sets. So it's the end of the day, it's a sort of coming together, it pulls everything together. And that's what we wanted to do in this space. We wanted to have this sense of pulling things together. And with things being so chaotic and she couldn't find anything, that was working against what it is she's trying to achieve, which is to pull together a new business and to go in a new direction. And so we've actually cleared out this cupboard here. You can see that she had it as a clothes cupboard, which was fine, but it was not actually a bedroom. So we've changed it to being full of her admin stuff and some of her remedies. But if you look up here, we have all her herbs that she had in the kitchen. So all her things were sort of scattered around her house, and she actually had a huge collection. So I wanted to pull them all together into this space. So it was a sort of one-stop shop for her, so that when she has clients, she's ready to be successful. How are you finding it then, Carolyn?
It's coming together beautifully. Having the oils organised has been quite a game changer, because this used to be the CD rack, and now it's, well, obviously it's an oil rack. We just created little shelves. I'm still going through the process of recataloguing all the oils and relabeling them so they're easier for me to see without my glasses on.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just having things within arm's reach without having to sort of run to different rooms and different cupboards and pulling things together. It's just so much quicker and easier, and I can just focus. So
Exactly. Yeah. I was just going to use that word focus, which is really important. And I think the point is that you can focus on running your business instead of you're kind of panicking if somebody gets in touch. You want to be ready for success when it knocks on your door. So
like the formula runs around in my head, but where is this and where is that?
Yeah, you don't want to think like that. You want to know I can get my hands on it.
It just takes more energy and time, and gets a little bit frustrating when you're in a hurry.
Yeah, and it's a waste. It's a waste of energy and a waste of time. Yeah, absolutely. That could be spent helping dogs that need you.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah. The important things.
Exactly. So I met Carolyn at one of my insight board workshops, and when we were clearing out, I came across her old insight boards. So one of the ways that I learned how to do insight boards, which are a way of navigating your life and helping you find direction when you're a bit lost, is I learnt about it by looking back after I had done insight boards and my life had unfolded in a certain way, that I could then read my insight board to see what had happened. So I asked her, can you tell me what's happened since you created this insight board at the workshop in 2017 in Christchurch?
Probably the little phrase here, how to declutter your life and make time for the good times. I was never very good at making time for good times. And I'm probably a lot better at that now, like really taking time out for me. Yeah. And decluttering has been a work in progress.
Yeah, and we're finally doing it now.
So doing our Feng Shui thing is kind of like the icing on the top, as I've been working through that process, it's all just flowing together now beautifully. What was really inspiring for me too was when I looked back at this, at the time I didn't own a dog. Although I'd had dogs, always had them in my life, I didn't actually own one, but I'd been wanting one for a long time. And I looked at this and I realised, but in actual fact, the dog is identical to the dog I got 6 months later.
Wow, and no intention of getting a dog.
And I had never joined those dots until I looked back. Here we are, I don't know,
2017, so
7 years ago.
Which one was next then?
So the next one was this
one. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, we have dogs appearing.
So again, there's a lot of peace and relaxation, which is what I was needing to do because I had to recover from some health challenges. But dogs and horses kept coming up, as they always do in my life. But here was these more dogs showing up on an insight board, and I didn't really know why. Because I just like dogs, and once again we have another dog.
We have a dog here, one dog
here. Yeah, dogs here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and this was November last year. Here we are, November this year, and since then I got bitten for the second time by a dog. And which made me, start to look at what's going on here. Yeah. And as a result, got into canine psychology and now a professional dog trainer. So it's just like this slow progression of how all these dogs kept appearing.
Yeah, I love that you basically alchemised a negative situation. You took a negative situation, you turned it into a positive one. Yeah. So you've actually now, instead of being like a victim, oh, I've been bitten, it's like, I'm creating a business about this because we can't have dogs biting people. And sadly, some dogs have to be put down because they're biting people.
Well, that was a distressing thing about it. The first dog did have to be put down.
Yeah.
And when it happened again, I thought, do I have to
I've got to do something.
See another dog, go down the same trail? And it happens so often. They're just misunderstood because, people don't understand what's behind that action, what's created it. So, saving more dogs' lives, hopefully, in the future.
Well, that is one heck of a direction to take your business in. Right. Well, let's go and look at your sitting room now. So the area of the Feng Shui life map that Carolyn's sitting room related to was actually the career. So obviously with her changing direction in her career, then this was a really important area. And what I noticed was it was very kind of out of alignment. Yes, it was cluttered, but it was also a bit of hodgepodge. There wasn't really a way you could comfortably sit and have a conversation. And obviously in your career, being able to communicate and have a conversation is really important. And it had no flow. And it was important to bring that sense of flow into this area. And so we had a massive reshuffle.
Yeah. It is more conversational now.
We need to get the colours speaking to each other to tie it together.
So put the white back on here, you think?
Not yet. I'm not decided yet.
Okay.
I'm not decided yet. I've got a pile of cushions to think about and throws for Africa and so many throws, so many cushions. If we had been in the UK, I would have wanted to go on newearthangelshop.com and ordered some of the Feng Shui decor range. Now you can see here I've curated a Design Your Life Feng Shui Fresh Start collection, and you can get wallpapers, and there's like a cushion here which I wanted to bring your attention to. This cushion here is precisely what I would have put into Carolyn's room, particularly the grey one, so those colours would look good. But you can see that it's got the grey and the pink. If your furniture doesn't really match, if you get one thing that matches and repeat it, that can look really good. And with this, you can also get it in the green colour as well, in the sage. And so this is ideal, particularly if your room or your sofa is in the east or the southeast. But the point is, this is a symbol, and a symbol is when a picture speaks 1,000 words. So this has been curated specifically for the idea of a fresh start. So if you're looking for a fresh start, then this is a perfect symbol because it's got the blossom, and blossom of course comes out in the springtime. It's when things are starting up, maybe after a long cold winter, and everything starts to come alive again. Some people set out to clear clutter, but when you haven't got an idea of where you're heading, it's hard to know, well, I need that, don't I need that? Yeah. So when you actually start with what do I actually want here, then it's like, well, I don't want the clutter. It's really obvious you don't want that then. You can work out what is clutter and what isn't clutter. Yeah. But when you are trying to think, right, I've got to get rid of the clutter before I can do anything, then...
Well, that's been going, I've been stuck with it, I realise, because I just go around in circles with it. I do a bit here and a bit there, and I go out in the garage and do a bit there, come back in here, and before you know it, the garage is back.
You play chess, you play chess with it. Yeah. Sometimes when you play chess, you have to actually catch one of the figures and take it out and get rid of it. You know what I mean? Because otherwise you just move stuff around. You right? Yep. Let's just see what it's like here. You see how that's now over the light in the middle, and that one needs to be...
So we still need to centre it a bit. Move that sofa a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't think we can have it the way it was. It was just upsetting much. It was just putting a wedgie in my universe. Carolyn's sitting room actually relates to her career area, and so what I needed to do was to activate this area and make it flow better, because you want your career to flow. And the whole place was really out of alignment, and the mirror was way over to the side. It was really wonky. It's come now back into alignment, so we can really see what the room has to offer. It's actually a really nice space. Now you can see we've used the water element in this picture here and in the colour of these vases to encourage that idea of flow, because this particular area we use water to suggest a sense of flowing in the energy, which is what we want in her business as well. What do you reckon?
It feels so different, so different. It feels like a living room now, I'm amazed at how many times just, since we've done this, I've come in and actually sat down and just chilled.
Relaxed.
And the cat has climbed on my lap and we've both kind of started to fall asleep, It's like that wasn't possible before.
Not at all.
I just didn't ever, it was like someone I might come to work or... Yeah. But it's just like we've created a far better, more functional conversation area.
Yeah.
And it's just somewhere nice to sort of sit and take it all in. And
feels great.
What a different space it feels, and yet all the same elements are still here.
That's the magic,
they're
isn't
just
it?
put in different places, and it invites you in.
Yeah. And how long have you lived in this house then?
11 years.
11 years, okay.
It took a wee while. We've had many changes, but none has had the impact this has.
Right, yeah. No, I'm blown away actually, because it was a tricky room to pull together just because it had this colour scheme, the grey, the red. I wanted the blue because we wanted to bring the water element in because it's the career area. I want to encourage flow, but I knew that was kind of going to argue a bit with the scheme.
We had blue in the picture. But
moving that picture blew my mind, because when you came in and you saw that really striking picture with the horses, it was such a kind of focal piece that I kind of didn't want to move it. But when we did move it, and it framed the whole of the sofa.
Couch,
and it came into alignment, and then we could actually see that it's not actually a painting. It's actually
embroidery.
It's embroidery, and that wasn't clear. And there's really beautiful colours, and of course they're all the colours that are in the room as well. And bringing the plants in really helped to pick up on the green in there as well, which is quite a clever way to continue the green without making it a full-on green and red sitting room. I'm really blown away. And also just putting this mirror behind us straight, it was just
where it was always off balance before.
That's right, yeah.
And I think as you suggest, making some changes to lighter cushions, and that will improve things even more, but that's going to take a little more time.
Yeah, I think the point is, though, everything was out of alignment, and what we've done is we've brought it into alignment, and we've made it flow with that, around that alignment. And I really want you to consider, how does that fit with what you're doing with your life?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely focused on making life work, making those choices and making them happen, having them manifest.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
So the other place we looked at was the bedroom, and that's your wealth area, because this is a business, you want to make money, right? And so when I walked into your bedroom, which was the wealth area, you had this interesting screen, which I understood you wanted for privacy, but from a Feng Shui point of view, the invisible Qi energy we work within Feng Shui couldn't flow into the room. It sort of went straight out. And how that translates is that your wealth can't flow. You find that money comes in, but it goes straight back out again.
Yeah.
And
sounds very apt.
Right. So moving
There's
that,
always something to take it.
Yeah. Right. So moving that, has there been any changes wealth-wise since we've done that?
Well, immediately, I just sort of finished painting and put the room back together, and I had a phone call that someone wanted to book the room that night. It's like,
I love it.
Oh, okay. Well, that pays for the paint.
I love that, because that's what I find with Feng Shui, is when you get it right, it's like that, as quick as that.
It's like the same day.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
That was quick. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I knew.
Yeah. This is my Feng Shui wallpaper range, and for this particular situation, this is the wallpaper that I would have recommended if I hadn't have been in New Zealand and we'd been in the UK and we could have got it. But you can see how we did that instead. But this is particularly strong on rising, the idea of rising, and the intention that I've kind of infused into it is that will help your wealth to grow. So it's to do with growth and rising, which is what we want in the wealth area. And I have many different wallpapers which you can see on newearthangelshop.com, which are all to do with different aspects of your life and how to have that background that supports what it is you're trying to achieve in your life. So you've been able to relax in your sitting room, you've had the cat on your knee, which doesn't really happen very much, and you've
not in here, it doesn't.
No, okay, and you've had the somebody renting your room, which has brought in some extra money. How about your business? Any changes there?
Well, that's only been a few days as well.
Yeah.
I did get a phone call yesterday, though, so who knows where that will lead, Yeah.
Great, yeah. Well, that's good. I hope you get many more. And once you've recovered from all the clutter clearing.
Yes, watch this space. Yes. I'm looking forward to that, yeah.
Great. So in your bedroom, there's also this little area we've created where you've got a little dog and that lovely crystal light. And that's really to encourage that idea of attracting people to you and what it is you're doing. And the dog is obviously very relaxed. And we want to get my sort of homework for you is, and I know you've done a lot so far, but just to bring in more dog pictures into your home and just sort of that kind of bring the aliveness of dogs into every area of your life in your home, and just reminders of dogs. And that would include, maybe getting some pictures of dogs you've owned or dogs that you've worked with, but also just on the internet, it's so easy now to get pictures of dogs. You can sort of do that until you've got real ones. And it would be really nice if every time you have a success with a dog, that you take a photograph and you ask that they let you have a photograph of their dog for your collection kind of thing.
I have been doing that.
Yeah.
I have them on the computer. I just haven't got them on walls.
Perfect.
Anywhere yet.
Perfect. So let that grow, and and then that would be.
You can do a little montage or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So Feng Shui is a vast subject. It's basically 5,000 years old, so there's a lot to it. And I like to bring it in a way that makes it simplify, and bringing your home improvement and your life improvement together so that you can really enjoy a new way of doing things, a new way of looking at things. I wanted to create a space for Carolyn so that she can do her yoga really easily, because it's important in Feng Shui that your house supports the way you want to live your life. And quite often we're working around our clutter and we don't actually remember what it is that we want to do. So we remind ourselves what we want to do with our lives, and we embrace that in Feng Shui. So I hope you enjoyed a little peek into the world of Feng Shui. I really want to know whether it's what you thought it was, whether you've maybe read some books and got confused. Some people hear things about keeping toilet seats down, like what's that about? But I'm going to be sharing more as this channel evolves. And I just love you to like and subscribe, and mention in the comments what would you like to see more of, and what did you find really interesting? Was there any little aha moments, any little moments where you kind of a penny dropped and you thought, then let me know below. And do take a look at newearthangelshop.com.